So we're here to tell a story about the Darby Cobbs watershed and their initiative of trying to get the average property owner to do stormwater management on their property. Some of the photos will show, like this one, are a little deceptive of what the Darby Cobbs watershed looked like. It's a different watershed from what you've heard of from a lot of the other presentations. It is a very highly developed watershed. It has 31 municipalities encompassing 4 counties. There's very minimal existing stormwater controls. There's very few large properties and parcels left. There's very few green spaces remaining in the watershed. It's very densely developed. It has lots of small municipalities. It has a lot of challenges that make it difficult to bring it back to a healthy, living, vibrant watershed. And so these are, I would say, someone said yesterday 98% of their streams were attaining. We probably have 98% unattaining. So that's the big challenge.
In our modern world, water flows near us, in us, but not through our minds.
So the streams in our watershed, that's sort of an average tributary. That's an actual stream channel that some might term as being ugly. Those are trash racks in the stream. And so all of the tributary stream channels are very heavily impacted by human development, human encroachment, and a lot of challenging situations. So what do you do when you have all these challenges and it seems hopeless? You phone a friend, right? And so within the upstream Philadelphia suburban cluster, we formed a sort of sub-cluster we call the Cobbs Partnership that we brought together to handle and try and achieve some success with some of these challenges. So we decided that we really needed to target the average property owner, and we were going to do it in 2 ways. One, we were going to see if they could install small-scale, inexpensive GSI in the form of rain gardens. And the second was we wanted to go out and we wanted to actually have contact with property owners and see if we can encourage them to change the way they're managing their property. So the rain gardens, we want them to soak it in. We designed these rain gardens all to be very simple. There's private rain gardens on private property, and there's public rain gardens, a demonstration on public property. So they're very simple in design, and almost all of them are built with volunteer labor. So the private rain gardens are focused in Haverford Township. We have a partnership with their EAC. It's modeled after Habitat for Humanity. You get a rain garden, you have to help build other rain gardens. They are all built with using the native soils to save on costs. They're built with landscape plugs. And again, all volunteer labor. You can fit a rear tine tiller in a minivan, in case you're wondering. It will ruin the minivan, but you can. The public rain gardens are larger. We have Public Works help to help build them with their backhoe, but again, very simple in design, using the native soils, simple inlets, simple overflow. Every rain garden has an educational sign so people know what the purpose is and why it's being built. The big benefit is that you can generate a lot of conversation by making the change in the landscape. The big benefit we've seen is that it kind of creates this curb appeal competition where you get a rain garden, I want a rain garden, oh my gosh, everyone has these rain gardens, my property looks so much better, I have to have a rain garden. So we've sort of seen that happening where there's more and more interest in constructing rain gardens on private property.
A seed of envy planted in friendship begets an iris flower.
All right, so not all properties are suitable for a rain garden, right? The soil's not going to work, you can't get the water there, but we still want to try and encourage residents in this densely developed area to make some sort of change on their property to improve stormwater management. So we created a Stream Smart Stormwater House Call program, modeled after like an energy audit, where we can actually go on people's property and talk to them about how they're managing stormwater and ways they can improve upon it. We found most people don't know anything about how the stormwater flows in their property. They don't know where their gutters go. They go in the ground. They don't know where they outlet. So it can be an eye-opening experience and a great conversation starter for residents. Not everyone is going to make all the changes we suggest. Every audit gets a detailed report. They all get a free rain barrel. We suggest where they can install the rain barrel. Maybe they can put a rain garden on their property, different landscaping techniques they could use, how to redirect gutters away from impervious surfaces. Those types of things are very helpful, and just that conversation with a property owner of things they can do and making that one-on-one contact in this heavily urbanized watershed. So a lot of their concerns stem around flooding. This is a very flashy system, and there's a lot of flooding that happens here, and that's one of the biggest concerns we get. Others are just sort of already kind of in the know, and they want to know what more they can do, and they want your help with that. A lot of them have puddles on their property, which we can't necessarily help with, but we can offer them some suggestions. So again, this is a really flashy system, and you can get interested in doing stormwater management by telling them they can help reduce flooding. We want to sort of make the connection not just with flooding, but also with water quality, and that there's things they can do to help with water quality. So we're trying to do that with this house call program.
Damselfly and I, when floodwaters carry silt, both meet with peril.
So we also want to make the connection, because these are all MS4 communities, with the municipalities. I work for a stormwater collaborative of 11 communities, so we're working off of that model to sort of engage residents in these communities and engage municipal officials in encouraging the residents to do more stormwater management on private property, to put more demonstration projects on public property, and we're seeing a growth of these municipalities just voluntarily saying, hey, I want to build a rain garden, because they see the success and their residents see the demonstration gardens and they want to see it happen. So one final artistic flair.
Leaders and neighbors, together drawn by conscience to a confluence.